Like, Happy, why did you let me be Delulu for that long?
How is that my fault? What?
Yes. Like, why did you let me be Delulu for that long?
How is it my fault?
I didn't realize I was Delulu until I was making a drive to work. Welcome back to Two Passing Time. It's Madeline.
And this is Happy.
I literally had a brain fart. Is it brain fart?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, fog or fart? I couldn't even remember what it was. I was like, wait, what was I supposed to say? I was like, I think it's an intro. I was like, okay, what?
Wow.
Guys, it's what? The last week of September?
Is it?
Yeah, it is.
Or the second to last?
I mean, he's going to be the last one to hear it.
Oh, yeah.
Guys, we are here. We're here to bring some fun light and some fun joy, fun something, to kind of get your mind off your schoolwork and, get a little ha-ha-ha little moment, Okay, guys, let me stop. So before I get started, I want to mention and put it out there once again. We are on all social media, all social platform at Two Passing Time. If you haven't followed us on YouTube or click the follow button, go do that. Help a girl out. And also, if you guys have any stories that you want to share with us and you want us to read to our rest listeners, or just want something to share with us,
yeah,
hit us up, share them,
send it in the DM,
right? If you guys have a personal number, you can call us, we can talk about it.
Whoa.
And we can write it down, and also if you go on our Reddit page, you can go share that as well if you want to stay anonymous. I mean, even if we do tell your story, we're not going to mention you by name.
Right.
We'll respect you enough to kind of blur that out for you.
Unless you want your name to be put out there.
I don't think anybody wants that.
You never know. Some people like to let people know, yeah, this is my story.
Right. Okay. So for tonight, little fun festivity, we have a little talk, and then we're gonna dive in towards the last minute into Reddit, because I did find some nice little stories for you guys, and to kind of end the month off right, I thought it would be appropriate to kind of give you what you guys always like. I like these one-on-one talks when we get to talk about anything. The sky is blue. Apparently you like hearing that from us. So yeah, the sky is blue.
The moon is red.
It's raining outside all day.
Cats and dogs.
The best time to take a nap. I took about 3-4 hour nap. I didn't even know I was tired. Okay.
Wow.
Like Nadia was waking me. When I felt Nadia waking up, and I was like, wait a minute. I feel like I've been asleep for a minute. Like I was still tired. I was like, wow, how am I still tired after a 3-4 hour nap? This ain't right.
You needed it. Obviously,
at that point. I was like, wow, I really haven't done anything. But then again, the last 2 weeks it had changed dramatically. I think my body hasn't really rested. And then the fact that I was in Seattle, 3 weeks ago? No, it's 2 weeks ago. Yeah.
I was about to say what?
Yeah, like when I was in Seattle, the time change really hit me hard.
I bet.
Like
3 hours?
Yes, 3 hours behind. So,
I was asleep when you were just what?
Getting out.
Dinner?
Yes. So I was just like, wow, like I really just want to talk to people. Like I want to text people. I was like, well, they're sleeping at this time. I can't disturb people, I remember like one of my friends would call me. They would be like, I'm going to sleep. I was like, it's only 6 o'clock. I was like, yeah, for you. And then I didn't realize, how when you get older, your sleep schedule tend to get earlier.
Yes. Yeah.
I went to see a friend that slept over, right? Like, my body was ready to shut down around 9.
That's me too.
Like,
8 o'clock, I'm like, okay, it's time.
They were just like, it's early. You stay sleep at 2 a.m.
Who?
I was like, I can't last that long. So, like, to be honest, I was like, I can't last that long. My body's telling me it's ready. Literally, I was fighting. I was holding the fight, holding the sleep. I went to sleep at 11. I was knocked out. Like, looking at it now, I'm just like, what happened? Like, usually, I used to pull out an all-nighter, 7 a.m., 8 a.m., 9 a.m. I'm still wide awake.
That was back then.
So last year. That was last year.
Well.
Now I was like, damn, like.
Your body has said, girl, it's time.
If I'm struggling now, can you imagine when I start working my actual shift?
Oh my gosh, yo. You'll be fine.
Hopefully, fingers crossed. So
you'll get used to it.
That's the plan, but I don't want to get too used to it. Then, like, I will never recover from that, you know?
You will recover. We recovered last time.
That was different, though. Like, I only did it for 2 months.
Okay.
My contract says I have to stay there at least a year.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I've been thinking maybe I should extend it, kind of figure life out, you know?
Extend.
Yes, kind of figure life out.
Stay there for 2 years.
Yeah.
Maybe even 3.
I wouldn't go that far. But I've been thinking, like, instead of trying to rush this whole law school process, you know, the studying part, it's like, why not just literally take a minute to actually study? Because what applications are due soon, you know, for law school. So you're trying to start next fall.
Oh.
Yeah. You know how it is when you're applying for schools.
I feel like you have to submit by January or December.
Yeah. But then I'll have to take my test.
Oh, yeah, there's no time.
So I've been thinking, I was like, instead of trying to rush this whole process and then spending a whole lot of money and then regret it later, why not?
You don't want to do that.
Yes. That is what, over $200 per test and per tries. And I was like, and then I was like, spend more money to see the results and send out the results. Yes, girl. It's not free to see how much you...
Ain't no way.
Yeah, it's a scam. That business is a scam. Then by the time you finish, have a loan that's cost more than your house. Can you imagine?
No, I cannot.
So I've been thinking, I was like, maybe I should, you know, take this time to honestly really think about it. Like, is this the field I want to go into before I literally sign my life away?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, you know, so I'm not in a rush for anything. Like, right now, I'm just, like, riding with the flow. I'm just like, you know, I have no deadline for nothing. I'm not in the rush to get married, none of that. So,
you really had to throw that one in there.
Yes, I had to throw that one in there because it goes with today's little topic.
How so?
It goes to his little topic. Like, Happy, why did you let me be Delulu for that long?
How is that my fault? What?
Yes, like, why did you let me be Delulu for that long?
How is it my fault?
I didn't realize I was Delulu until I was making a drive to work. My work is far, so I really got to think about my life decisions while I'm driving.
That's when a lot of revelations happen.
Yes, man. And then since I take the back roads, so all I'm seeing is trees and houses.
Oh.
So, you know, it really gets you thinking.
Wow.
I was like, wow. I was really Delulu for the longest too. And I was like, damn. It's like, y'all boys are players, man.
Cabisa.
Like, it got me really, really thinking. I was like, wow. Then I was comparing and contrasting, you know?
Who and who?
Oh, Lord.
Who and who?
First of all, let's start with the first topic.
Okay.
We'll come back for who and who later.
Oh, so you're going to put names out there?
We'll see. We'll see. We just may never know. Maybe I would feel brave enough to actually give you guys a little some, you know? Yeah. I did the math. That was like 5 years.
Wow.
I did the math. Can you imagine?
It's okay. There's some people who have been delusional for 10 years plus. God forbid.
Actually, it wasn't not 5 years, but 5 years I've known that person. Maybe I was a little for maybe 3 of it.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Just 3?
Just 3.
Okay.
Because the first year, actually, we barely talked.
Really?
Yes, we barely talked. Yes-ish. Yeah.
Are you sure you're recalling correctly?
Yes. My memory doesn't serve me wrong. It has never done.
Okay.
If
you say so.
I have a pretty, let me not go that far because there's one listener that would check me and put me in my place. As soon as I drop it, will be like, at this part when you said this. What did you mean? Because I know you. Be thinking that they know my whole life stories, huh? Can you imagine?
No, I cannot.
Right. So, the thing is, like, as I uncovered the story, like, instead of having answers, more questions keep coming,
Like what kind of questions?
Like, I was okay with it. I was like, oh, that's fine. I will support you. I don't care, It's like, I'm not in my feeling about it,
But
the more that they give me information, talk about it, I'm just like, wait a minute.
Wow.
The math is not mathing.
Wow.
So at first I was cool and just like, Now I'm just like, you let me on for that long? I was just like, do you know how many times I talked to other guys and I was like, I felt guilty? But let me tell you guys.
Wait, what?
Let me tell y'all. I learned my lesson. Okay? I shall never commit until we have established something. We both been adult about it and be vocal about it.
Amen.
So if you ain't being vocal about how you feel,
I agree. I approve this notion.
If you're not vocal about it, let me tell you, I will not feel bad. If you take your sweet little time and someone else snatch me up, I will not take my time. I will not. What is the word? I will not regret.
Yes.
No, seriously, I just feel like now that I'm growing, I'm like, we can't be teenagers. We can't play.
Exactly. We're too grown for this mess.
I was like, we just can't keep like trying to guess, Like, what are we? Who am I to you? Can you define this? It's like there's no more situationships in my life. It sounds like
you're speaking to somebody.
No, nobody. Nobody.
Okay.
Like, I just got out of that situationship. So, all I'm saying is, I refuse to be Delulu for situationships. Okay? Like, define what it is, Last time I was in a situationship, this dude proposed to another girl. Okay?
Wait.
You heard me. This dude proposed to another girl. So I shall not be in no more situationship. I will talk and talk. I will, if a guy asks me out and you haven't defined where we are, you know what I'm gonna do?
What?
We're gonna go enjoy a nice meal. They wanna take me to a movie? We shall go to the movie.
Amen.
If they wanna go to a picnic, we shall go get a nice picnic. Because there's no way I'm gonna put my life on hold while you trying to figure your life.
Yes.
I saw something on Instagram that was just like, there was this grandma who waited. I don't know. I think I sent it to you. She waited for her husband. They were married.
To war.
Yes.
Vietnam War.
She waited for him, and then apparently they got separated somewhere along the line in the different countries, and then they had promised each other that they will wait for each other and get back together because they were married. So that woman waited. Like, she didn't remarry. She never had kids. So she basically threw her whole life away, potentially to get back with that man.
And what did he do?
He got remarried, had kids, had grandkids. He left a legacy. Well, she hold on to that love. So all I'm saying, like, us ladies, we need to do better.
We sure do.
Because I learned that this year, and I'm not mad about it. I'm not mad.
You sure?
No, I'm not mad. I'm more like upset than mad because the timeline where all of this has taken place, right? At first, I was like, okay, he only known this girl for a year, you know? At least a year. Because that's when I started noticing things, right? Confronted him. He said, and there's nothing to worry about. You know? So,
no.
me being who I am, I knock it off and continue about my day, you know? We joked about it, continue about my day.
Wow.
You know, because like, okay, cool.
It's the joking for me.
So then when that person invited me to his proposal or engagement, I was confused. I was like, who is this girl?
Right after. Imagine. It has not been 1 month.
So then, when I asked questions, I was just like, oh, who you proposing to? Oh, you remember that girl last time you asked? I was like, what? You told me.
And so what were you about?
And so, you know, but I was like, it's cool, whatever. I was like, I'm not going to be bitter about it. Like, you know, I'm that person, that friend that just like, you know, that will support you. Even if it hurts a little bit, I will support you, whatever. Like, as long as you do you and you put your life first and do what makes you happy, that's all I really care about, right? That was my mindset. Yeah.
What changed?
I was like, look, I will come to the engagement. I will come support. I will do whatever, right? Whatever a good friend would do, you know? It's like, I'll come support. Like, if I have time, if I'm not doing anything, if I have money, I will come support. So, what changed is the details behind the whole ordeal. Apparently they'd been knowing each other for a couple minutes, you know? So they're like, you know, I got the timeline when they actually met. And then so like certain conversations, certain comments started popping up during my drive and it started making sense.
Wow.
I was like, wait a minute. Why didn't I think more of this, you know? Why didn't I ask questions about this, you know? But then this person was very vague, and I hate vagueness, you know? That's another thing I'm leaving 2023.
Be straightforward.
No quitty, bruh. Like, if you want me to be very straightforward, treat me with the same decency and respect, you know? Like, if you want to go ahead and circle, I would drive you mad. Let me tell you, I would drive you mad. Like, I had left my toxicness in, 2020, something, 20? But sometimes... yes, Happy. I used to be toxic.
You left all of it?
99.9% of it in 2020, you know? Some days I have the urge, you know? But sometimes I pray about it and it goes away. Okay? It goes away.
Okay.
So I'm just like, if you guys really keep playing with me, like the wrong one will mess with the wrong day, you know? Guys, it's a warning, just a warning. So tread lightly. So all I'm really saying is, at the end of 2023, I'm no longer going to be upset or sad that I'm not considering you guys' feelings because I'm too old for situationships.
Yes. Very old.
And honestly, I don't got time.
Okay, you're not that old. Wow. Why are you saying you're like, you're 50 years old?
No, Happy. It's just like, okay.
At this age, we're not in high school.
I also like, since we mature a little faster than boys, you know, and then the fact is this dude was older than me. You feel me? Yeah. Oh yeah, I've never dated anybody younger than me. So God, please protect those words. Let it not come bite me in the butt later. Let it not. Okay, so the thing is, he was not just 1 or 2 years older than me, you know? He was more than 3 years older than me, you know? They just put that out there. So, like, for me is, since he had a little more life experience than me, you would think, you know, that they have better sense in a way that I need to be careful the way I act around certain people so they don't end up catching feelings, you know? Or like, because I don't know, playing with the heart for me, I think that is the most dangerous thing a person can ever do, you know? So for me personally, I like to not play with people's heart. Because heartbroken syndrome is real, people. It's real. And I can never imagine somebody dying because I broke their heart.
Wow.
Yes, that happens. And God forbid it ever happen because of me. You know? God forbid. And so for me, honestly, is I left the toxic 2020 version of me in 2020. You know? So I like to think of this me being non-toxic. And I would like to think this me to stay non-toxic.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
Because, baby, the old me. Let's just talk about the old me. The old me, play your heart. The old me. So, anyway, let's go back. Let's go back.
You don't want to put yourself out there like that?
No. Actually, like, I don't really mind, because if my man was listening to this, he would approve me just the way he is.
Okay.
And, you know, he would take me just the way it is. Because,
of course.
Baby.
That's the old you know?
Yeah. And then the funny thing is, this man, right? The man that was in a situationship for a good minute, you know? I'm not saying he was the only man I was talking to, you know? But he was the one I was committed to.
You were committed, though.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, wow. I shall not be committed no more.
He was not the only one, but he was the one you were committed to.
I was, yes. That was the one I was hoping.
Committed is very strong.
That was the one I was really hoping
would turn out right.
A part of me was just like, no, Maddie, that won't work. That won't, you know, like a part of me was just like, I couldn't see it. You know how when you really want somebody, you can see the picture. You know? That you can see like the family. You can see your wedding day. You can see everything, right? For me, like every time I try to picture that, it was hard.
And you didn't listen.
It felt wrong. I was like...
But you continued?
Yes, girl. Because, listen.
Delusion.
I'm telling you. I was like, I'm leaving this version of me in 2023. I'm saying this so, like, I can get it off my chest and leave it, you know, in 2023.
Yes.
Because the new me is going to be way better than this year, you know?
Amen.
It's going to be better. Like, I have so much goals and so much aspiration for 2024 me.
Amen.
You know? Like, the 24...
I can't wait to see her.
Me too, man. Like, right now, I can visualize her. I can see her. Now I just got to put in the work, you know? I just got to put in the work, you know?
That's the part.
So much is writing in 2024 for me. You know, I have put so much money in 2024, so it better not disappoint me.
You've already put money into
Yes, I already put money into her. That's the only way I can motivate myself now. It doesn't happen overnight. It happens over time, but I have visualized her. Now I'm gonna put in the work in 2024.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is 2023 is almost over, and then so I've been reflecting a lot of where I came from, how far I have gone, and the only thing that was constant was the situationship.
Wow.
I was just like, okay, Maddie, what could we have done differently? It's like, and what are we doing differently in 2024? So I'd be like, okay, let me just get it out there and just like let him go.
Yeah.
I was like, I had told myself when he first told me about the engagement, it's like we were friends first and we'll always be friends, whatever, right? But I was just like, the thing is, I don't talk to.
He said that.
I said that to myself.
Oh, so you didn't say it out loud for him to hear? Okay, good.
Girl, please. Because for me, is once a guy gets married, there's no point for us to be friends. What are we going to talk about?
Nothing.
Oh, your wife outfit looks nice? Oh, thank you. Like, there's nothing. Like, there's nothing to talk about.
Exactly.
Absolutely nothing. Like, I don't trust you in my life. You shouldn't trust me with your life either. That's why you have a wife.
Exactly.
She's supposed to be your best friend. You can't call me anymore because you just want to talk about the latest fashion, or the latest.
Why would y'all be talking about the latest fashion though?
Why not? Latest fashion as in latest fashion. Like, what's going on? Like tea time.
No.
You don't tea.
Wow.
Like, let's do the
not
tea.
Gossiping with somebody's husband.
Exactly. So I'm just like, yeah. So I was like, once I had told myself, once he gets says that the I do's and the vows, and just like, well, we're gonna change and just cut them off. I mean, I have already started to. The thing is, I was like, my dude.
Caught on.
It's just like he hasn't caught on. I think, when a guy has second outs, I'm not just putting on blast, but I'm saying is I don't think he knows who or what he wants. So all I'm saying is you better figure it out soon, baby, because I already made up my mind. Like, there's no coming back from this one.
I mean, maybe you should tell him, be like, bro.
I don't care. That's the thing. I do not care.
Okay, block him.
I have already, look, he's have emojis. People I talk to have emojis. People I vibe with a lot have emojis. They have some sort of emojis,
He's lost that.
Like some sort of emoji that kind of, differentiate. Like, I talk to you, like I vibe with you. Like, if I have something going on, I can call you, like people have emojis. Could be something, but it's an emoji. So it would be an emoji that reminds me of you, And all my emojis have some sort of meaning, right? He lost that privilege. As soon as he told me he was engaged, the first thing I did was remove that emoji because I was like, there's no way you're going to get to the engagement part and never mention it to me.
Right, that's crazy.
Because if you consider me a really good friend, you should have
said something.
Yes.
There was a girl I was feeling,
Yeah, I mean, he did say something, but he only said that in May. And he invited me to the engagement in June. He was like, well, I was waiting for you to see you in person so we can talk. He was like, go for the phone. I was like, I don't care. Just at least mention it to me. Mention like, hey, I'm feeling a girl or something. So when there
was a time that there was an in-person, type of thing. Before May. Was there not?
The previous year, I think.
No, the previous week. 2 weeks.
I don't remember. What month?
I think it was in May.
Yeah, it was an in
not the one here, but over there.
The beginning he told me in the beginning of May, and then I don't think
Here?
Mm-hmm. Here, at your
So
dad's
was
house.
it in April?
April? There was an event in that state in April. Did I go?
Girl. What was the event the one we went to both? Oh my gosh, English, what? The one we both went to.
Let me see. I mean, I know for sure it was in Roanoke in April. Right? I'm not
An
tripping.
event where both of y'all were present for.
No?
Before that conversation. Really?
Nope. I don't remember. Yeah, no.
I could have.
Nope. I was looking through my camera scrolls because my camera never lies to me when I go. I at least take a picture, at least one picture when I'm there.
Oh.
Not like of me, like could be a something, you know, it kind of, and it gives me a location and a date, you know. As memory, because, you know, my memory is very pristine. Crispy clear.
Okay.
So, you know, he told me that, but the way he said it, he made it seem like there was still hope for me, you know? It was like I'm just trying to figure out life and just, you know, figure this girl out. And for me, I was like, at that time, I was just like, well, here's the thing. I'm not really tripping about it, you know? Go do you. I was like, I ain't worried. I ain't bothered. It's just a little phase. I was like, whoever this girl is has nothing on me.
Her delusion. It's okay.
I was like, he'll be back crawling and begging, you know? Like, I'm telling you, I was like, yo. So I've been reflecting. I was like, what was I on? Honestly, like, what I was truly on.
Because ain't no way somebody's going to tell you, like, I'm feeling somebody else. And you still out here talking about they're coming back.
Yes. I honestly, no, this person, so we were, like, obviously in your father's house, right? Like, that's when this conversation took place. We're in your father's house, you know? He's sitting across from me, I'm sitting across from him, we're having this conversation. You know, I had a blank face on, cause I was like, okay, you know me, I give it away with my face, you know. So the whole time he's talking, I'm just like, Maddie, don't do something stupid. Like, keep a blank space, keep a blank face, and, you know, don't give nothing out, right? Because in my mind, I was smirking the whole entire time. Let me tell you. There's certain times, because, like, the way I was reading the body language, right? I was like, there's no way this man is nervous right now. I was like, what is he on? So this whole time he's talking, like, my mind is like, it's going on this rant. So yeah, it's just like, I am picking out everything about him, you know? I'm just like, I'm just like having a whole...
So were you listening?
I was. Because he would say something, you know? I was like staring at him. Like... You know, when I'm actually engaged and talking to somebody, I make eye contact. So I was like, and then since we were like face to face, I was like, and then he would say something. I was like, okay, what did he meant by this? Like, okay. It's like, that's a weird way of saying it. And just like, cause like the way he was saying, he was not being straightforward. Yeah, so he was just trying. I was like, okay, why don't you just say it, spit it out? Just go ahead and spit it out.
Like, don't be going through the forest,
right?
Just say it straight.
Say it straight.
Say it how you mean it,
right? Say exactly how you want it. But yeah, I was like, damn, I was really Delulu. So, and I was like, I refuse to be Delulu for anybody ever again. Like, do you know how many people wanted a relationship with me within that whole span? But I was like, nah. But I still talk to them though. And the thing is, like, I always compared every guy to him.
That's so bad.
Like, he was like my standard, you know? Like, his faith, what he believed in, you know, the way he held himself, you know? And I was just like, okay, you don't compare you two. I'm just like, you don't live up to what I want in a man, you know?
But he do.
Yeah, and now, honestly, I think I'm done with short guys.
Oh, yo. Yo. Do not let the Lord embarrass you.
God, please don't embarrass me. Oh, God, please don't
There has
embarrass
been
me.
this little thing going around. Never
Right.
say.
God, I don't like tall men.
That could never be me. Cause girl, God's humor.
He's
I
probably
be
like,
wanting to cry. He will humble you.
oh yeah, he is trying to humble me these days. He's really trying. Is he succeeding? Yes, he is.
I don't want to be.
Oh, Lord, please don't embarrass me. So, I'm starting to see a pattern here. But, guys, let me tell you, he's no longer the standard. So, yeah, I kind of realized that I was in this little phase of mine where I thought like my future life had to be perfect, you know? I was chasing these high. I was like, honestly, I don't think I ever liked him like that. You know, I was like, the idea of having...
liked the idea of him.
Yes, I was like, the idea of having that perfect life, you know? Or like that perfect image that everybody thinks you need. You know, because I was like, oh, I want a prayer household. I want this, I want that. And then I was like, okay.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, though.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. But I was like, okay, I can see that. I was like, he's also like spiritually strong, you know? I was like, I saw that. So I was one of the guys that, he was one of the guys that I saw that in. And it's very rare to ever see that in a guy. So like the idea of him and upholding that like household idea of me kind of was like, yeah, I was like into those things, but never like his physical or like just the person that he was, because, you know, at the end I just felt like it had been an emotional roller coaster in a way, and like it had been an emotional roller coaster, and I'm just like, and I was like, you know, when we had a talk, he was like, yeah, he did feel me. I was like, okay. In my head, I was like, when did you ever, like, straight up and said it straightforward without, like, me second guessing? I was like, if you had been very honest at the very beginning of how you felt, like, it would have been nice, you know? Like,
it would have been a different story.
Yes. And so I'm just like, yeah, you were giving these, you know, hints, and, you know, I got what you were throwing at me, and other times I was like, yo, what are we doing? I thought we were all ducking. like why is there like an arrow of hearts being thrown at me, you know? Another time was like, oh, I will be at your wedding, I will grow meat for you, like,
yo.
And me, I was like, wait, if you're gonna be at my wedding, won't you be across from me? But that's why I say, wow, delusional, it's financed and happy. You lived through it. Why did you not correct me?
Girl, I would tell you, okay, this is a little crazy. Nice, a little.
And you know what's funny is, I blamed myself for the longest. I was like, well, I told him I didn't want a relationship with him. Yeah.
Okay, I feel like if somebody is really interested in you, even though you tell them that, at some point, like, let's say in a year or so, like, if y'all are still in communication, they'll bring it up again. Like,
right.
Hey, I'm interested in you. You know, like, on your side, has something changed? But did that happen?
That's all like, damn, delusion, no.
It's okay. We all.
That's why I refuse to ever be delusional again. In like the worst thing about me is I'm always stuck in some sort of situationships. I'm always stuck. Like always. And that I'm leaving that 2023. Like no more.
Let's leave it.
Because for me is, if you want to go on a date with me, we'll go have a nice meal, we'll talk. We'll talk. I'll give you the opportunity to say what you want to say, But for me is, now I want a friendship, It's like, if I want to date you, you want to date me, let's start being friends first. Because now I feel like I'm going to start rejecting people left and right. Like, you're going to show me the slightest interest in me. If I don't know nothing about you, it's like, ugh.
No, don't do that.
I'm going to start being like you, Happy.
No, what? I am not like that, please.
I'm going to deny them before I even give it a chance,
What do you mean?
I mean, like,
if I have seen you and the way you act and it's just not aligning with what I'm thinking in my head, like what I want, clearly the answer would be no. I have seen how you act.
So for me, that's exactly what I'm doing this 2024. Leaving Delulu behind, because I know Delulu is going to embarrass me in 2024. No way. So, yeah. And
that will not be happening.
Yeah, absolutely not. Like, I'm going to be hella focused in, like, the future, 2024. Like, not in just the now, Like, if I don't like you, the way you dress, the way you talk, the way anything. If I see if I see something I dislike in you, I'm not giving you a chance, Honestly, like, I gotta know, because like, if you want better, you gotta
Even
start.
the way you smile.
Don't do that, Happy.
I mean,
people got beautiful smiles, Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's not even that. It's just like, I feel like some of these situationships could have been prevented if I wasn't too nice.
Yes. Yes, I agree.
Because, again, I feel like I have been a little lenient, a little nice, and then I get myself in these situations where I can't seem to get out, And then I look back, I was like, if I had been direct with this person, if I had been like, no be my no, and let my yes be my yes, let my maybe definitely be no. Instead of being like, yeah, sure, like, I will talk to you, figure out what you want from me, or like, I would talk to kind of figure out what is it that you want from me, And for me, like, let me tell you, I'm not the most fittest or attractive person you ever meet, but just my personality just like be on point. What can I say? Be falling for
it's all about the personality, because beauty will fade.
Oh yes, it will, because I have met some of the really attractive individuals and their attitude was
Thank you.
I was like, damn, you're not that beautiful, like, you're ugly. It's like, look like God really did not take his time with you.
No, it's them that messed up.
You're right.
Somewhere along the line, like,
no.
along the way.
It's not them. The devil caught their attention along the line.
Yeah. That one.
Oh my!
I think that's what happened.
Yeah, I think so. I feel like yeah. So 2020, Delulu out, Maddie in. I like that one.
Honestly, let's do that, because I feel like as females we have been doing real bad.
Yes.
And the way we have been
I think also, like, I was like, the way we have been, like, I feel like it looks bad if, like, we support the deluded behaviors.
I was about to say that, but I had to.
Because, like, for example, I'm not putting nobody on blast or anything, but I was requested to go help for the wedding. Me being nice and me who I am, whatever. I was like, sure, if I got time, sure. But then it happened to be the same month as a friend's sibling's wedding. So, in my head, I was like, well, I just gotta pick one. I was like, even though I usually stick to my words and my promises or whatever, it's like, why should I go do that? Like, he had no problem leading me on. He had no problem keeping me in the dark. Like, you don't just wake up and decide to propose to a girl, the night before. You have to honestly think about it. You gotta, because like for men, a lot of men have commitment issues, They don't want to commit to that woman for the rest of their life. You feel me? Yes, I'm going to put you on blast. Yes, I will shout and we'll put you on blast. Oh my God. So it's not something like, oh, yeah, today's the day I'm going to post my woman. It's like, you got to put a lot of thought process in it. Like, you got to find the money, earn the money to buy a freaking ring, kind of figure out what size is her finger and everything. It's not something that you just happen to do it overnight. You really think about it. And then I have heard through many seminars and many videos I watch on my spare time, that in 6 months or so, a man knows.
I was just told that, but
so he knows. Even while you're being friends or dating, he knows. Obviously your character is something that he sees as the mother of his kids, his wife, his significant other. He knows.
His life partner.
Yes, he knows. So for me, I'm just like, you told me. So you told me in May, and then you got engaged a couple months after. You invited me in June, and then the engagement happened. It's like, when you invited me in June, you obviously had to have known in May. Why didn't you tell me?
They knew.
Yes, I was like, why didn't you tell me then?
They probably felt, I'm not making no excuses.
I was like, you should have straight up told me. I was like, if you respected me enough, like you claim to be, that you want to do this in person, you should have told me in May. Be like, hey, this is what's going on. I'm thinking about proposing to this girl. Let's talk about it. Instead of, you said that you didn't feel comfortable telling me over the phone of how you felt about me, or that you were feeling a different girl, you want to try a different girl. Here I am thinking, oh, he's gonna start talking to a girl. I didn't think you were towards the freaking last step. It's like, once you propose to a girl in our culture, it's basically you married her. Basically, if you break the engagement somehow, the next girl
should be what? Should be what?
Nah, I will not feed into my Delulu. I shall not feed into my Delulu self right now. So all I'm saying is, honestly, I'm only saying this because I want to bury the hatch, It's like today, honestly, is going to be the last time I really talk about it. And this way, I get it on the podcast. It's because I've been asked this a lot, and I'm tired of answering this. Because, I don't think anybody at fault, And,
nobody's at fault.
At the end of the day,
both parties played into it.
Yes, but, yeah. And I was like, I had my fair share. He had his fair share. And at the end of the day, it just wasn't meant to be, Like, I didn't know what I was missing until he was gone.
Wait a minute. Whoa. Going into detail.
I was like, wow, have I truly been that blinded? I didn't know what was missing until he was truly gone. And I was like, I was like, I don't even miss you. Who are you? It's like, who are you? Yeah.
Who are you?
Who are you? Right. Who are you?
Wow.
Yeah. So like, I'm really truly happy for him. He's ready to have that next step. And you know, because I remember Rosine texted me one time. She was just like, "Did you know so and so is getting engaged?" I was like, "Yeah, I want to talk about it on the phone." Like, because at that point, I didn't know who she heard it from. Because when he told me, he was just like, "Hey, it's a private engagement, only invitations only." So you know, when I heard private, I'm thinking, "Oh, he don't want people to know." You know, there was no pictures being posted. It was like early on into the process. So I'm just like, okay, I'm going to respect his wishes, you know? And I was like, I'm not going to tell nobody nothing, you know, which I did really fairly well. You know, even though I could have been, I was like, ain't no way this man let me on and he's getting engaged. Can you imagine? Let's pull up, everybody. Like, let's pull up. Let's support his sister out, you know? I respected his decision. So when Rosin texted me, in my head I was like, how did she know about it? And then I was like, shoot. It's like everybody that I knew that you know, about our situationship, because anybody could see that he was feeling me. You feel me? Anybody can tell you that. So, one of the biggest issue that he brought up, the reason why he couldn't pursue me so long was our age. You know, because when he met me, I was 17. Right? So when he brought that up, I was like, wait a minute, I turned 18 a long time ago.
Right.
So I was like, how is that still an excuse? It's like, at your big old age? Couldn't be me. And then the next thing was school. I was like, school? You know, because, you know, I was very career-driven. Education was a big priority of mine. But I was like, I have expressed to you what I would like, you know? Like, everybody knew what I was willing to do, you know? As long as you were okay with me pursuing my dreams.
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't mind getting married, you know? And being in my husband's house as I'm pursuing my law degree. You know? I wouldn't mind doing that, because at the end of the day, that would have been at an advantage. That way, I'm studying the law in the states I will be living in.
Right, correct.
And that way, like, my top priority would be graduating and getting the highest grades and the highest points and you know, studying for the bar instead of having to worry about making a living and supporting myself. You know, if I want to work, I can, like, get a part-time job, you know, kind of feeding for my, you know, spending habits and shopping habits, you know. Apparently, certain people don't like when I shop or when I browse. Like, that's an issue.
What's wrong with browsing?
Right? Honey, as long as you ain't paying, it's fine.
Exactly.
Like,
if you have an issue with the browsing, you know, bring your card. I don't have to browse. I could just swipe.
That will make me happy, baby. It's like, you know, I love when guys are like, baby, you sad? Oh, let me help your days feel better. Like, or when he sends a little cute little picture of his card, the front and back. And zip code and billing address, if you got that too.
Oh. Matter of fact.
Matter of fact, what, Happy?
No?
Matter of fact, what?
Huh?
You're right. Cash App is even better. Cash App or Zelle.
Zelle.
Or send the physical one.
Wow.
Can you imagine love makes somebody that deep?
Me? I cannot imagine myself, but I would hope somebody does that for me.
So anyway, she was texting me that, like, I'm thinking, how she knew. No, she's talking. I'm just like, I prefer we talk about this over the phone, so there's like no misunderstanding or anything. Cause just like, I don't want you to think anything of it, and kind of like if you have any question about it, we can answer it, right? She was like, oh, he's proposing to you. When I saw that message, I was like, oh.
To you?
Yeah. So it's like, oh, I didn't know he was proposing to you. Why didn't you tell me? I was like, me? When I saw that message, I was like, me? I was like, oh snap! She thinks I'm getting proposed to, and then I didn't get to tell my people. I was like, wow.
Wouldn't we have been the first ones to know?
Hell yeah, yeah, would have. Let me tell you, baby, the day my fiance, yeah, my man.
Wow, you skipped. It's okay.
I was like, wait a minute.
I mean, at that point,
the day my man decides to be, when he wants to be my fiance and ready to make that next jump, let me tell you, the whole village will know. No, I would go.
Tell it on the mountain.
Not even tell it on the mountain. First, the church, I'll go give thanks, Do it in a way, like, go in circles, like, when that person bought a house and, and people was wondering what's going on, like, what are they thinking for? I think they was like, oh, I finally got a room. My room looks nice. Something like that. I was like, how God was like, we got to plant. You have to plant a plant and it's going to sprout and grow. I was just like, huh? Literally, as they're giving things, my mind's going blank. I was like, is he talking about a house? What's going on? So the day my man decided we talking about the proposal or whatever, right? We're talking about it. Because actually, no, when he proposed to me, I wanted it to be a private event. Like,
as it should be.
I don't want... So, like, for me, before we plan the engagement party, he's going to propose.
Isn't that how it is?
Most people, no. They know they're going.
Please do not do it in front of everybody.
It's not even in front of everybody. Like,
I might be tempted to say no.
No. Oh my gosh. No, I might be tempted to. Yes, girl, I will be tempted to say no, because tell me what the engagement I went to. It was like, no man should get on his knees or get down. That woman's the one that goes on her knees, and that's how we show respect in our culture. In my head, I was like, I wish he would. I was like, I would embarrass him in front of his family and friends. It's like, I would embarrass everybody. It's like, play with me.
Dang.
I was like, if I'm feeling really nice that day, I'll be like, I will whisper to him, if you respect yourself, you better get on that knees.
If she love me as much as you say you do,
you better
get on the knees.
I was like, if you don't want me to embarrass you, if I were like, I want you to go ahead. It's like, I bet you won't do it. It's like, you bet I won't do it.
Don't play with me, bro.
It's like, how much we're putting down on it.
Wow.
It's like, you bet I won't do it. I would ask him one more time.
Everybody just see him get on one knee. Slowly.
I'll take a couple steps backwards, And while I'm looking at that person, just make sure they get the message.
Wow.
I'm going to give him a last chance to, And then if he doesn't turn, do a 360, and then pop the leg up. And then walk.
Wow.
You gotta make a dramatic leave.
Do y'all hear this?
Of course.
I cannot wait. I want to see this.
Well, I really hope he will get on that knees. So before we start talking about the engagement party or whatever, I want him to propose. Like, obviously, like, when I introduced him to my family, whatever, and then he's feeling them, whatever, and he's thinking about, let's take the next step. I truly want to be surprised. I don't want to know about it. Let you come down. Let's go to a nice dinner or whatever with our friends, so they can capture the moment. Because I want to, we'll live it someday, you know? Yeah, like when he actually, you know, it doesn't have to be big and grand, you know? I want something like private and meaningful, like, you know? Before you say, will you marry me? Go ahead and say how I'll make you feel.
No, I feel like at that point I would know.
Yes,
unless he has been doing it like throughout the months, like he's just randomly doing this stuff, and I'm like, oh my gosh, is this the day? But then it ends up not being the day. I mean, I might be pissed off.
That's another word I would use.
But like, you know, it will get to the point where I'm just like, okay, so he's just doing this.
Be like, you know, the day I met you, you know, you need something. Like, give me something.
Now pull out the ring first. Just go ahead and do it, because if you start with a low
you're gonna cringe.
I'm gonna know. I might.
But with the ring, you're gonna be distracted. It's like, oh my gosh, it's Valley. I don't know. I don't think I'll be able to hold the excitement. You know, like, what if I accidentally pass out?
I don't see you doing that.
Really? Like,
whoa. You would have expected this moment. Expecting
or waiting?
I mean, expecting and, you know.
Anticipating. I like that word better. Anticipating. A new vocabulary for me. Let me stop. Let me stop, guys.
Continue.
So, you know, I was just like, I will never get engaged and people want to know about it, especially people who mean something in my life, you know? Because I'm like, I want to need a...
Because your parents did not know.
Right? Like, they won't, at that point, they would not know, you know? Until he comes. For me, I haven't decided if I want him to ask for the blessings first or like to do it after, but first to be better. Then it'll be easier to kind of be like, hey.
What if your parents are like, hey? What do I watch?
Actually, no. The thing is, as long the guy gets along with my father, man, like, especially if they fixes things, they're gonna get along just fine. You know, like, like if they're good with their hands and handy people, you know, and can take my dad no filter self, they'll be really fine. You know.
Yeah.
Because, you know, my dad love a hardworking man.
No.
Yeah. Because he can never sit around and not do something. You
Honestly. Know? That man is always on the go.
At church, you finished? You halfway through your meal. You look like you're done.
Oh, my gosh. I
was like, you're wrapping up the trash bag too slowly.
Traveling with him is just... Why are you not done eating? Huh? I haven't even gotten the plate.
Remember when he almost left us in Tennessee?
Bruh. Where did we end up stopping at a gas station?
No. We were in a room talking to somebody. And he was very vocal. It's like, we gotta go. You know, it's an 8-hour drive, you know? So especially since I'm taking a van full of people, you're gonna want to stop for the bathrooms or whatever.
For sure.
This man, he got in his driver's seat, drove like 5 feet.
The wedding?
No. It was when we went to visit their church. I was like, yes, it was like the prayer group. No, it's you don't know.
I don't have great memory.
Really?
Yeah.
I can go into details, but I'm going to be exposing people, so I can't do that. It's a little furry friends. So, yeah. You know, so for me, honestly, I ain't worried. If a man is hardworking, my dad would accept him. And as long as my dad accepts a person, you're fine. Because this man will sing praises about you until the day you die. Like, we'll be talking about somebody who's like, my son-in-law. But you can never.
No couldn't.
Like, my son, no, seriously, because if
vuga umwana wanje hanyuma uraba abana biwawe urabona.
Oh my. So honestly, I ain't worried. For me, it's like, as long as my dad likes that individual, I ain't got nothing to worry about, because then he can stop bothering me and start bothering them, you know.
Never will.
Yeah, everything that goes on. I was like, hey, you wanna go?
I feel like he was still call you
to go to him. Yeah, I was like, hey,
Yeah.
it's your husband around? It's like I called him a couple times and he answered. Yeah, I was like, I'm looking for him. Whenever you get a chance to see him or talk to him, I know you will. Pass along the message or give me a call back.
Yeah. Or you know what? Just meet me right here.
Right? Or like, it's like, so when are you guys coming to visit again? It's like, I'm available these days. The funny thing is, I can totally see that happening. So I better marry the handyman because I feel like my life will be grand. Yeah. Grand with my father approval. Yeah, I can finally feel, the father-daughter love. That is great. That is like badly not missing, but it's going to be in a different way, Yeah. So yeah, when I was like, no, honey, he's not getting engaged. He's not proposing to me. Don't worry about it. Is he proposing to a different female? So I called her. We talked about it. But yeah, I was like, whew. I was like, can you imagine?
That's been happening a lot.
Really? What? People ask me if he's proposing to me?
No.
No what?
We're seeing, a pattern.
A pattern of what?
The people
ask me to marry them?
What? Dealing with.
Wait, what? It's like,
no, the people, you're interested in, they're just, going off.
It only happened to me once.
I'm saying there's been a pattern.
I mean, we are the age.
Yeah.
We are the age where people are ready to start a life. Yes. And
I'm
then
still growing.
And for me I feel like for me to settle down with an individual to be like, let's skip this step, but let's just settle down and start a family. I feel like we need to have a common ground,
Yeah.
Because for me I don't know if I still got, but my intention is to go to law school. I was like, if God has other plans, that's fine. But as long as those plans are not disrupted by another individual. Like another individual cannot just tell me, hey, no, I don't want you to do this. I don't see you doing this,
Because why would you get together with somebody knowing that they have these plans and then you disrupt them? You're like, no, if you want to settle down, do not go. What?
Yeah.
Who are you? Come and tell me what I can and cannot do.
Or be like, no, I'm ready for you to start popping out kids. It's like, there's no reason. Wow. It's like, I wouldn't marry you to just sit around and do nothing. I don't.
You came at the wrong time.
So for me, I'm not ready for those kind of negativity in my life. Like
Negativity?
Yes, the negativity. That's negativity. I don't want a person telling me, hey.
Yeah, because that's wrong.
Or I don't see you being a lawyer. You're incapable of being a lawyer. I don't want you to belittle me. I was like, if you think belittling me makes you attractive or makes me want you, you're wrong.
Why would a person think like that?
Who, girl, I met a guy. Expressed the interest in me. And started belittling me. It's like, ew, you think you're cute?
Like them, even if she were attractive, that just it just makes you 10 times less attractive. Cause it's like, what? So I thought you were interested in me for my brain.
Oh my gosh.
As well as my beauty.
I don't know. I feel like a lot of guys are intimidated by that. Like
a female who has a brain.
Yes, girl. Like they claim to want a female who has a brain, but they are intimidated by them
because they can't control it.
Yeah, it's like, oh, because you're educated now, you feel like you're more worthy than me, better than me, like smarter than me. Like I'm just like, baby, we got different like smarts.
Exactly.
We have like, you are smarter than me in things I have no clue about. For example, a car. Don't expect me to know nothing about a car. I'm like, it just won't start. You asking me, is it the battery? Is it a starter? No, baby, I don't know.
No idea.
That's your job to figure that out.
I cannot.
You know, like, there's certain things I wouldn't be able to do. Like,
exactly.
For example, like, as much as I am interested in things and fixing things, there will be things about my capability that I will ever know. You know, then there's things that I won't know. You know, such as. This is a very good question. So, such a, gosh, like, you know, I read for fun too, you know, sounds like that is, what am I good at?
I could help the children
with
homework.
Exactly. He can too, because elementary school is easy. Shoo.
Yeah.
Like, he's good at math, so he will take care of the math aspect, you know? So, so yeah. So there'll be times where, like, we have to put, like, our brains together. We are a team.
Exactly. It's not you against me or me against you. It's us against everything else.
Yeah. What you have
to work together
is ours.
Exactly.
Even before we married, is ours. Keyword, what you have is ours.
Meaning what you have is not shared.
What I have is mine. What you mean?
Oh, you're one of those.
Happy you, so are you. It's not that. It's a man's job to take care of his woman.
Amen.
Like, you know, I mean, I would treat you out. I would spoil you every now and then.
I'll buy ice cream.
And you buy dinner.
Yes. Like, yeah. Get one ice cream cone and we'll share.
Like, when we marry, we go on a trip, baby, you buy the flight. And I buy the food during the flight.
Yeah. Yeah. I can handle that.
You need water? I got you, baby. What you would like to eat? You want to go have a nice dinner? We can wait until we leave the airport for that.
Wow, you can't even buy the food in the airport. It's expensive.
Say, no. Actually, we can. You know, just pull out one of his credit card. You know, you gotta, you know.
It's still on you because it's yours.
Yes. And also, it came from your wallet.
Right.
Oh, Lord. Baby, don't listen to me. Don't listen to me. I'm just
speaking of somebody.
I'm just rambling on.
Okay.
That's what it is. I'm just
Maddie's future husband. Are you listening?
Of course he's listening. Why wouldn't he be supporting his wife? Huh?
Yeah.
Can you imagine the audacity? You gotta support me. But don't worry. Maybe y'all get a Christmas postcard from us.
Are you gonna do that? I thought that was only for
For what?
I didn't think African people did that.
Honey.
You will
Honey. Listen.
You will be bougie.
Listen. Dear future husband, you better be willing to support my crazy ideas.
Dear future husband.
Man, I feel like my household is going to be...
bougie.
Not bougie.
That's what I'm hearing. Bougie.
It's going to be happy. Okay?
Bougie.
We're going to be happy.
Ain't nothing wrong with being bougie.
We're going to be happy. And we're going to be comfortable.
Oh, yes.
And
bougie.
Then we'll make sure y'all know.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Oh, my God. Happy made my ugly laugh come out. I'm embarrassed for me. I'm embarrassed. Yes.
Girl.
Like, why would you do that? I am so much better than that. So, guys, we're coming up on our time. So, let's do a quick little Reddit. And then once we do the quick little Reddit. Oh. Was I just saving things left and right and not? Okay. Have you been saving some stuff too?
I think 3.
Okay. Cool, cause like some of these don't look familiar to me. So let's do a quick little Reddit because we can end it. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and read for us, please.
I am.
Read one that's interesting. I need to be left speechless. I haven't looked at them. I saved like 2, but I didn't go in and look at the saved ones. So,
okay.
Surprise. Leave me speechless.
Leave you speechless. Just found out I was the other woman.
Wow.
Sounds familiar.
Oh, for you?
Whoa.
Whoa. Because it won't me.
It won't be me either.
Okay. It's neither of us.
Girl, don't do that to me.
Never has been me.
Me too. Because for me to be other woman.
God help me not be
me
the
too,
other
girl.
woman ever.
Amen to them.
Because somebody will end up in a grave.
So he finally admitted, I've been the other woman all along.
Wow.
He told me he was married, but him and his wife don't stay together. He loves her, but he isn't sexually attracted to her. He claimed his wife knows about me and is jealous of me. He told me I'm younger than his wife. He also said he will stay with that woman until he dies. I asked him why he never told me about her. He said because he is single for all practical purposes and that I know what I do to him. I feel disgusted and sick to my core. I never wanted to be the other girl, the girl who was a cause of wrecking someone's home. I think he probably told me this because he wants to dump me and doesn't have the guts to do it himself. It makes me super mad to think he can walk away from this unscathed. I'm questioning everything. How did I end up with a guy who made me feel like the world, but I was in love with someone else? I didn't deserve this. I asked him, why couldn't he be honest with me earlier? He said he just wanted to prove a point with me and still went on to sexualize me. I hate him. I want him to burn any fantasies he has of me. He doesn't love me because no one can love 2 people at the same time. How do I heal and move on from this? I feel like I will not be able to trust men easily again. I already used to be super careful, but this happening even when I was so vigilant and careful, it sucks. Why did he involve me in this sick game? What is wrong with men, right?
Literally, what's wrong with men? There's clearly there's so many things wrong with them, because how are you gonna call yourself sane, perfectly sane in the head, but you go and do this to another human being because you want to what? Prove something? To who?
Himself, probably.
Disgusting. And the people that go out there saying, I just want to see if I still got it.
Got what, honey? Oh my gosh, girl. So, my new job. Let's talk about my new job.
There's already somebody?
No, not yet. I already got somebody at home. He knows himself.
Kayo. I hear the wedding bells.
So do
ringing. So tell me, work, come on.
I can see a happy home with a couple of kids.
Couple, not a few?
A couple. You know, I gotta have backups. Let me stop. Let me stop. All my keys equally, because backup is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw him in my dream. Okay, so the top comment is Tell the wife just in case he's lying to you. I would too, honestly. I ain't gonna lie. But work. I was not reading. So we were in the break room during one of the training sessions because he had to read some modules to us, and apparently the break room was the quietest place he can find that was accessible to him. So in the break room, there's a lot of TV. So the way I was sitting, and while he's going through the module, I'm staring at the TV. And they have the subtitles. Paying attention. Yes, and then they have the subtitles on. But I'm sitting in the far back, and I can still see the subtitles. Wow. So, I'm engaged. What's going on the TV? I'm fully engaged. I was like, wow. I was like,
what was on?
So this girl was in a very abusive marriage, right? So she married him when she was 18. She was a virgin, so it was a first love, first like sort of situation. And then so she was Hispanic, so she got married at a convenience. I mean, she loved this dude. She was head over the heels. When he was courting her, he was on his best behavior. Like he was everything this girl wanted. I mean, there was a couple red flags, but this girl saw pink. Like he drank a lot, and her sister was just like,
how old was he?
He was in the military too. He was, yeah. I didn't get the age. I saw it in the middle. But I was there.
Invested.
Invested? Hell yeah. And every now and then, I have to look at the person training me, so they can just see her, nod a couple times, look, like you were.
What time your brain is on there?
Yes. The funny thing is that the guy who was training with me, he was like, "You saw that show too?" It's like, yeah. I was like, "Wow, I was so invested." So I was like, well, they shouldn't have set us directly across to the TV or like in the viewpoint where I can see the TV. He had glasses on, so he saw it in 4K. If you're listening to me and you think this is you, yes, it is about you. So, wow. Yeah, she wasn't. So her sister was like, have you noticed some bad behaviors? He drinks a lot. He gambles. She was like, oh no, he only does that at certain times. He's fine, girl. You overthinking. She's thinking. Her sister is jealous of her because her sister is older than her, but she found a man first, and the man wants to marry her, whatever. So they end up getting married. A couple days into the marriage, he invites his friend.
Couple days?
Yeah, girl. He invites his cousin to come stay with him for a while. It was a night or two, and then turns to a while in that one-bedroom apartment. It's very small. Then she was just like, why is he here? Can he leave? When he's just asking her these questions. It was like, this is a small apartment, and he's staying on the couch. So we're not able to do our marital duties because of him. And she was like, and I don't feel comfortable him being there while we do our duties, which is understandable because it was like small, And so he would get upset. And then one night they decided to go, out to celebrate. She had her first check, her first big girl job, her first check. So she wants to go celebrate. She wants to go to a nice fancy little restaurant. The man talks her into going. He was like, I have no money. She's like, well, I got my first check. Don't worry. This one's on me, whatever, right? She want to go to a nice little restaurant, like dress up, go to a nice little restaurant. And he talks her out to going to like a fast food joint. Even with her check, she was reluctant at first, but after he talked to her a couple of times, she finally gave in, right? And then this man had the audacity to call the cousin, let's go.
Ain't no way.
But she was like, wait, I thought we were going to two of us.
Like on a date type of thing.
Yeah. So well, we can't leave him here alone. He came to visit us. So they go out to eat and they start drinking a lot. She's not eating because they wanted to drink first. So him and his cousin are like going at it. And she's like, hey, babe, that's enough of drinks. You were the one driving. You had enough. It was like, you don't tell me how much I should drink. Well, this is my body. But again, she was paying for this.
Exactly.
She hadn't had anything to drink. So she was like, okay, since you're going to drink, I'm driving back. So she takes the keys. It's just like, well, and then since you guys don't want to leave, then I'm leaving. You're going to find your own ride home. You know?
And the money to pay for the food. Or did she still pay?
Yeah, I think so. Because they get in a heated argument. Who's like, no, you don't take my keys away from me. And go, that's my car. She's like, well, you had too much to drink. She was like, no, I would drink. That's, it's like, you can't tell me. It's like, I'm perfectly fine. So instead of trying to argue with him in like a public setting, she just let it go. So then at the end of the car driving, the cousin knocked out the back because he drank to himself to the point he was knocked out. And this man is literally drunk to the point like he is swerving left and right on the road, like going to the oncoming traffic lane and everything. And then so she's like literally correcting the steering wheel because, she is sober. She can see this man is not going. Literally, she touched the steering wheel because the car was about to hit them. And then he was like, "Go, never do that ever again. Do not touch my steering wheel while I'm driving." So he starts punching her. Yes, girl. He starts punching her in the car. And then she was like, and then she starts crying, and he was just like, "Go, that, I didn't hit you hard enough. Go, I don't know why you're crying."
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, girl. And she was like, that hurt. She was like, no, it didn't hurt. And he continued to punch her again. I was like, you better fix yourself, Yeah. So they ended up getting home. So when they got home, he took her to the bedroom and starts like punching her. Yes, girl. Like they went at a rack. They went on it. He was going at it because again he was in the military. Yeah. So luckily a police came by. And it was like, I saw shadows through the window. Is everything okay around here? He was like, yeah, everything's okay. We're just, we're just like play fighting or you just having, yeah, girl. Like,
she had bruises.
Yeah. And then he was like, well, I'm not asking you. I'm asking her, are you okay? Do you want me to remove you from this property? She said, yes. So she went and left with the cop. And then he came back, it's just like, I have changed, and us girls are very stupid. And this is based on a real story too. That's the crazy part. This is based on a real story. She finally goes back to him thinking he has changed, that he's no longer going to do that. He does it again. And this time he's raping her against, Yeah, there was during the time where they was like, oh, your husband, wife, consent still not. I was like, yeah. So I guess that's actually started the first couple cases, Supreme Court cases about marital rape. Even though you are married, her body is still her body, and you need to consent to be physically, what is the word I'm looking for? Yes, to be intimate with a person, to have, And so it went on. So now he's doing all of these shady stuff. He's abusing her. Any light argument turned into a heated one. Something small turned into a bigger one. And the way he will either like punch her physically, like abuse her, or rape her against her own will. Yeah. And one time she got pregnant. She's like, because when she married him, she was 18. So she got pregnant, so she thinking, okay, since I'm having a baby, things will change. He'll be happy. He'll be excited. This man was like, well, how can you be so stupid and get pregnant?
Excuse me?
So our life situation is, and she was like, well, I can pick up some more shifts. You can go to the military. Maybe they'll give you a raise, kind of help with the spending and the finances aspect. And then so he was like, no, well, you know how I feel about kids. I don't want kids. We live in a very small apartment. Like we can't afford to have a kid right now. Who said, go ahead and abort the baby. This was like, ever since before I even got married, I always wanted a family of my own. Like, how I feel about kids. Like, I want kids. It's like, this is a chance for me to have kids. This is it. I was like, no. How can you be stupid and get pregnant? So he honestly take her to an abort clinic to abort the baby. And the whole entire time they're sitting there, you know, people feel remorseful of aborting the baby. And even the people, you can see it in the film, like people over there was a couple that was sad because they couldn't have the baby, whatever, you know. He's literally sitting there. She's sad because she wanted to keep the baby, but he does not. He was like, either you keep the baby and lose me.
The answer has already been made.
But again,
Please don't.
Her self-esteem was not where it needed to be. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
She didn't feel like she was strong enough to do it, and
on her own.
Yeah, and it was during like the 1990s, you know, where the economy was not that great. I mean, the economy right now is not that great either.
Yeah.
Like, how is it to rent to cost more than to own? That's an issue. Mr. Biden, do something. We're dying here. We're literally dying.
He don't care about nobody but himself.
Honestly, the city I work in now, they were just like, you know, it's probably more cheaper for you to actually rent, to actually like own. Yes. I was like, here's the thing though. I don't want to buy if I'm not ready to commit to a location. You know? Like, if I were to commit to this location, then along the lines, like, this is not where I want to be, because like the school I want to go to is in Richmond or like Williamsburg, you know. So I'm just like, it's still a drive for me, even if I was to own it. You know, it's like either I have to rent it out and then go rent a freaking apartment or a condo or something. It's like, that's a lot of work. It's like, honestly, it's not worth it to me, because a lot of moving part. Anyway, so going back to the film, he's in the abort clinic. He's happy. It's like, yes, he's literally going on like, this is for your own good. You don't need a baby. Anyway, he's literally gaslighting her. He's literally, can tell this man is happy that literally even the clinician in the clinic was just like, you have to leave. You can't be in here, because it was like, that was not appropriate, because you can and then, you know, when they came to get her, it was like he couldn't go back there, and he had to leave and couldn't wait for her, because like what he was doing was not appropriate. So anyway, along in the movie, the girl finally gets fed up with that guy, you know. I guess during one of his rape session, she went ahead and sniffed it off. Yes, and took her with her, and then threw it out in the freeway. And then once she got a safe location, she called the cops on herself. And then, so since she was Hispanic, so during that time, her English was not good. So she was literally discriminating herself the whole entire time. Yeah, so she went to trial. And then, at first, he had a trial for the abuse. The police were able to find it and get it back attached to him, right? Yeah.
Why would they do that?
And so he went to trial for abuse and rape. They found him innocent.
How?
Because they were married.
And?
So then she went to trial because, again, she caused bodily harms on him. She ended up winning.
And he did it?
He got, I think, probation or some sort of fines for her. Can't remember exactly, because I didn't finish the whole movie.
He sent her to get a freaking abortion. That's causing bodily harm.
And she has some pictures when he was like physically abusing her, and then, you know, when she was bruised and everything, all the medical bills and everything. Yeah, she kept some documentation about it.
Yes, she did.
And so she went to trial because, you know, she cut, you know, his thing off. So she went to trial for that, and she was found, I think, innocent.
Okay. And
I think she had to pay a fine or something. And then, yeah, she never got remarried because she was traumatized.
Honestly, like, after going through all that?
But he did. He had a kid, too. Yeah, that's the crazy part. And then she founded a non-profit to kind of help individuals. So, yeah.
What's the non-profit?
I will have to look it up once my memory give me the name of it.
Oh my gosh, that's so scary.
When I go through my history, of course.
That is so scary. And honestly, men who do that, mungkin ya masengage ko kwa yun na ma daimon. Ayo ni ma pep. Eh. In
Yeah.
Jesus' name, I rebuke.
I rebuke it too.
Cause why?
Yeah. Sorry, guys. I know we only gave you guys one Reddit story, but I just don't want to do 2 hours on you guys. Like, who would honestly listen? Let's be real now. Even I wouldn't listen as I was edited. If I was to edit this 2 hours, 3 hours episode podcast, that would be crazy. Maybe one day when we have something juicy to talk about, you know, like let's have a little. Oh, yeah. Anyway, and when? Oh, maybe when I can tell you my story of, you know, how I met my man or something. When Happy met her man or something. Or like I would pose a love story, you know? You never know. Maybe I should the man I marry, you better be hella funny. Like, let's be on the podcast. Let's just be talking about nonsense. Actually, I think it'll be really nice if we can get Happy's man in the room and let's do like a little podcast or something. Start looking at you and be friends.
Well, when that man comes,
he's on his way, y'all.
We will all be jumping up and down.
Jumping, Gusta. And
jumping in the oven while it's on.
Is that a trial or are you trying out for hell or something?
No. In Jesus' name, I'll be going to heaven.
Oh, hell's not for me. That's for sure.
It really isn't.
I can't even stand summer. Can you imagine for eternity?
Exactly.
And people want to go there for fun.
No, like I heard somebody make a comment. You know, I don't mind going to hell as long as my friends are there. Why would you say that? Like,
I don't mind, and you will not find me there.
Like, when I heard that comment, I was like, Mungu, these people.
The guy.
I said, ma'am.
I can see it. I really. The day somebody said that, I know. I was like, I know we're not friends. I was like, good thing we're not friends.
Wow. I was like, those friends didn't say nothing. I was like, guys, she just said that she wants y'all in hell with her. She was like, I'm okay with going to hell. And y'all are not saying, Miss Girl, no. I'm not coming with you.
Yeah, honestly, that's the first thing I would have said.
Exactly.
Me personally.
I should have shouted it out. Girl, if you want to go to hell, go by yourself.
You're
gonna go by yourself.
You gotta leave your spouse, your kids. You are going by yourself. That's your own cross to carry.
Exactly.
Anyway, guys, we are finishing up. As we finish, just want to say happy last week. And guys, stay strong. You're in school. Hopefully this brought a little laughter, a little joy to your life. And yeah, if you want to share stories with us, again, 2 Passing Time, slid in our DMs on YouTube. You email it to us. I don't know who does that, but
people do.
Email it to us, and we will be receiving that at 2passingtime@gmail.com. And yeah, we're on Facebook. Go ahead and hit us on Facebook DMs, Instagram DMs. We're on our Twitters. I mean, Twitter no longer exists. We're not on X.
Did he name it after his child?
You know, he has a daughter now. A new kid. He has 3 kids now.
What's the name?
I don't know.
Can you even pronounce it?
I can't even pronounce the first one, to be honest.
X. Okay, yeah. I would just call them X.
I think he has Vivian Jana Wilson, Nevada Alexander Musk, Sax Mux, Griffin, Damien, and Kai. Wait, what is
all by one woman, or?
No, he has 4 spouses in the lifetime. What is that kid that
the X and the UA? Wouldn't that be Xavier?
Oh, he has an ex kid. Who's that ex?
X.
He has 11 kids.
Mungu wangu we. Aba bantu nibo bazana ama problem.
How so? Is it most? Guys, we are getting off topic. And it is safer to go than start spilling some last minute tea. Anyway, guys, stay safe. Stay breezy. Stay sane. And hopefully we'll see each other in heaven.
Amen.
I will meet you there because I will be there.
Will you?
Hell yeah. I mean, heaven, yes, I will be there. Heaven, yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, heaven, yes. Yes, I will. Yes, I will. Will you be there?
I will surely be there.
Like, God will be open his arms wide open for me. And I don't run. I will sprint. I will sprint. And I never do that. Like, I could be being chased, whatever. I don't run.
Oh my God.
I will gladly. Me? That day. My God. As soon as the gate opened.
The first?
Oh my God. The first? They're like, I never knew she can run that fast. It's like, me too. I didn't know I can run. But let me tell you, that day.
We will have new bodies, so clearly running will not be a problem.
I'm like, I will run. People will be amazed the day I do that. Heaven, take me. Open these doors. I've been knocking on the door like, hello? Hello?
Oh, wow.
I'm ready. Like, the time is now.
Oh.
God, please let me in.
Name.
Anyway, guys, stay blessed too. Passing time out.